So it's middle school, and I have an assignment on iReady, which is, if you don't know, it's like math and reading, but this is for math. So I have these two lessons that I have to do by the end of the week, and they take 30 minutes in total. Now, I had such bad focus that a 15-minute lesson could take me an hour and a half. Just because I'd start the lesson, then either get distracted or pause it, and then by the time that the lesson became a quiz, I'd forget all the answers, and then I have to restart like 6 times. So just having such bad focus made me do things that it lowered my productivity, and it just made me waste time. Now my name is Levi, and I'm what you would call a deep worker. And that's what this video is kind of about, becoming a deep worker. But like I said, I wasn't always the deep worker guy. I wasn't always the guy who could focus on the most boring lecture or the most boring presentations. I used to be mainly the guy who, like, what's the word for it? Thought about playing video games while I'm at school trying to learn stuff. I'd always think about other things. I wasn't very mindful. But I'm just telling you this story just to show you that somebody like me, somebody like you probably, can go from negative focus to way like off the charts focus. Okay, that's why I told you that story. Now there was 2 methods that I used, and that's my dog, by the way.
Hey, buddy.
Want to see him?
Here's buddy. Say hello.
But yeah, so there's 2 methods that I used to get this extreme focus. In this camera, yeah, it's good enough. So the one method was MWWR. And these are both newer, so meditation was a very good thing, like before using these methods, but these methods did skyrocket my focus, so that's why I'm teaching them in methods and not just meditation. So MWWR, that's for like shorter to medium to long tasks. And I have sections, you'll see in the line, I'll have like a section 1, section 2, and maybe 2.5, I don't know. But yeah, so MWWR is for short to medium tasks, and then deep work mode is for long tasks, but we'll get more into that later. Before we start that, we need a mindset change. Okay, so right now you think of yourself as somebody who cannot focus, somebody who does not have a good attention span. You see yourself negatively, and we're going to change that. Now, because you clicked on a video like this, you are now a deep worker, and a deep worker doesn't have a bad attention span. He is focused. Now, because you're a deep worker, you no longer have trouble focusing. You're like the best guy in the world at it, okay? Everyone in your school is like level 3 and you're level 10 at this thing, okay? Now, unlike everyone else, you pay attention and you learn and you progress. Now, because you're a deep worker, you must ask yourself, what does a deep worker do? He focuses on everything someone is teaching him, and he takes action and he tries to better himself. So focus, take action, and better yourself from the information in this video because you are a deep worker. So you must make that your identity, okay? You're no longer this chump, okay? You're now a deep worker, and you're the best. Section 1, MWWR. Now, before I start, I'm going to say the backstory on how I found this method or created it. So around a month ago, on my habit tracker, I have 2 habits, meditation and gratitude journaling. And what I do is I meditate before gratitude journaling. And my idea was that if I meditated before gratitude journaling, I'd focus on what I'm grateful for, and it'd help me better gratitude journal, right? So then I was like, what if I try this for other things? And so I tried it, and guess what? I'm making this video today because it worked. So what does MWWR stand for? Meditate, work, wander, repeat. So how do I do this? That's what you're asking, right? First, set a timer for whatever. If you're some novice, that's fine. And I'm not saying novice negatively. We all start somewhere. So you could be 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Don't go over 12 minutes because I've been doing 12 minutes. And I've noticed that after 12 minutes, when using this method, okay, I'm not saying don't meditate over 12 minutes. I think it's really good to meditate for a while. But for this method specifically, do not meditate over 12 minutes because it doesn't work as well when you have a longer period of time. So let's have 1, meditate, okay? Step 2, work. So work is like if you have homework or if you have a habit tracker, then there's things on that. You know, you make what work is, okay? Hello, buddy. He's back. So you make what work is. Now step 3 and step 4 are very short. And so step 3 is wander. When you notice that your mind is wandering, that is when you step 4, repeat the process. And you repeat the cycle or the process with the exact same amount of time. You do not change the time. So if you start with 10 minutes, you end with 10 minutes. If you start with 5 minutes, you end with 5 minutes. If you start with 1 minute, you end with 1 minute. You keep the time the whole time. And I have found that when you shift focus from meditation straight to your task, it like transfers the focus, right? And I've learned about this new thing called like breathing techniques, which I may make a video about depending if it works well for me. So I found it from Hamza from like a year ago on a live stream. So I'm gonna check that out. Hey buddy.
Look at this guy. Buddy, look. He's cool.
I don't have any pants on, so that's why I'm trying to like avoid the camera. So, I might make a video on breathing techniques just as an alternative to meditation, although meditation still is very good, and they're kind of similar, so it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, so I just try to use this for smaller to medium-sized tasks. I wouldn't go for long ones, although it still will work. It just won't work as well as what section 2 is about. So, you're good to go for this section. So let's begin section 2. Section 2, deep work mode. So before I say how to enter deep work mode, I'd like to explain what it is. Okay, so deep work mode, and by the way, I'm reading off the script because deep work mode is like I don't know it as well as MWWR because I didn't make this one. I got it from Hamza. Link in the description. I know you guys know him more than me, so I also like to give credit where credit is due. But deep work mode is when you're doing deep work for, which is like around an hour to half an hour or hour and a half. Like right now I should be doing deep work. I didn't time it because I've been a punk lately, but so I'm not timing this, but this would be what I call a deep work mode when I'm working on videos, right? So for the past 2 hours I've been recording, right? So, and unfortunately I don't like it, but I'm a perfectionist, so if I mess up a single time, I delete the video because I'm a chump in that area. I'm becoming better though, so stay tuned for that, okay? I'm being better. But yeah, so deep work is just when you do, like in step 2 of the MWWR, you do that, but for a prolonged period of time. So in MWWR, let's say it's like 15-minute task. This would be an hour and a half. So I'd suggest meditating like MWWR, like 10 minutes, right, before you start. But do not interrupt your work with another meditation. Just try to refocus that, and then that works better. And plus, I'd like to say, I wrote a script here, so I'm just going to try and go back to the script because I kind of went off the rails. So before you begin, take away all distractions. Don't take my example because right now I have a bunch of stuff that's distracting me, so do not listen to what I say, not as what I do, okay? So get rid of all distractions. Turn airplane mode on. Turn on do not disturb. Take away all things that could distract you, okay? This is how you get a great work period. Very quality work period. Also, like I'm not doing, put a timer for the time that you're doing it. And also, what I've started to do, which I'll go more into in 2.5 or section 2.5, I've been like, actually, I'll just wait for section 2.5. So for this deep work mode, I want you to have a notepad. And sorry if this is like all over the place. I'm kind of freestyling right now, so I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense. I have 3 videos in the description of where I took a lot of this information from because again, I am newer to this. So I'm like level 1. These guys like level 10 Tadwicks, right? So yeah, just watch their videos if you are if you're confused. But I just want you to get a notepad, like a document or like an actual notepad, and just set a very clear goal. Like if you're studying for an exam, right? I'm in high school now, I'm a freshman. So let's say I'm studying for my biology exam, which I'm not going to, but let's say I'm doing that, right? Goal. Whatever standard I suck at, that's what I'm going to study. get knowledgeable, and be able to do yada yada yada. Okay, that would be a goal. Very clear goal. Now I've heard about alpha goals, beta goals. I haven't read the book on that, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. That's a Hamza video in the description. So if you want to get even further at this deep mode than I am, check those videos out. As I said, I don't make money from them. They're just really good. So section 2.5, make it your own. So for this section, it's still deep work mode, but you're going to optimize it to the best of your ability. So what, like for me right now in my period of deep work mode, I am gathering samples of just what I do without any optimization. So I've been doing it for like half a month. So I'm just gathering my results from unoptimized work, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find ways to change what I do before, during, and after to where I get better results in the long term. So this is just like, this is just a fun part of this method, making it your own. So like for example, like don't watch YouTube Shorts or TikTok. I'm a YouTube Shorts guy because I don't have TikTok because I don't want Chinese spyware. But don't watch that before that, or that's an example, right? Just make what's it called? Change your variables. Okay, this is math now. Change your variables, and then try to get it the best of your ability. Like for what I do, and let me pull it up actually. So I have a new text document number 2. So I have the date, what I did beforehand. Like this says, watched shorts for a while before starting. So I was a chump on the 19th. And this is being recorded on the 28th. So it's probably being... I'll post this. I have a video that I made about God. So I'm going to post that first. And then this will be next week. So you'll be watching this at the minimum on the 5th. So I'm recording on the 28th right now at 9 o'clock p.m. So yeah, so I have what I did beforehand, the time I have, so 1 hour, the goal, finish, study, current chapter, and I'm reading Expert Secrets right now, so I've been implementing stuff, so I practice what I teach for the most part, okay? So I'm reading Expert Secrets, and then I have a secondary goal, finish script. So then I say distractions during, timer goes off, TV downstairs, motorcycle outside, looking out the window, and then I say results. So studied 2 chapters, made 1.5 scripts. I need scientific knowledge for the other 0.5. So it's just fun stuff to do. I enjoy doing it. So yeah, just make it your own, like the title. Now, I've had fun with this. This is the end of the video. Hopefully this taught you well. Like I said, videos in the description for deep work mode optimization. If you don't know how to be saved, I have a video in the description and up here probably. My whole channel is just more or less focused around self-improvement and God with the forefront, because I think that's the most important part. So if you don't know how to be saved, again, up here somewhere. Thanks for watching this far, and praise God. See you.